Hello, I'm Kendra's father, and I'm happy to be able to share a few thoughts with you. First of all, I apologize for not being at the convention in person, but it didn't work out for me this year. But hopefully, God willing, I'll be with you next year. I wanted to talk a little bit this day or this time or this morning, I believe, about our businesses and how to think about them to take us through this very, very difficult time that our economy, not only in the U.S. economy, Canada, Mexico, but globally, we're going through another downturn. Well, let's see. First of all, inflation is on everybody's mind, and all you have to do is check to see how much money you're paying extra above normal for food, for gasoline, for heating, air conditioning, whatever it is that we're buying today. And that is as a result of many factors, but no matter whose fault it is, we are in that downturn and most likely will be here for a while. And I will tell you, as a person who relies on business, being in business for my livelihood, and for my future, my family future, I'm not worried, because if we take inventory for a moment and just realize that in every downturn that we've had, which I've lived through since I was 19 years old, there's been several ups and downs and cycles, and we've always come through, I would say, with flying colors. And so I don't think this is going to be any different. First of all, there's such a need for our products in order to enjoy optimal health. And there's also even a bigger need for extra financial assistance and help and income to cope with this rising inflation, and not to mention companies that are laying off people and getting ready to lay off people again. And so a lot of unsettledness and a lot of uncertainty in our lives today. Now, if we look at just a moment and say, well, putting aside the health business and the health aspect, because you're going to hear a lot about that during this convention and testimonies and all that, so that we know what our products do. And at my age, I'm 82 years old, and I certainly have benefited from our products over a long period of time. Now, but if we put that aside for a moment and talk about the business itself, and let me tell you how I look at any business, and this applies to whether a business is a small business or whether it's a large business. It doesn't matter. If you want to manage your business better and make more profits, well, the rule I like to think about, I like to make things very simple, because I don't get lost in a lot of graphs and charts and details and information and statistics and all that. I can tell you very simply, there's two things you have to do. One is increase your sales. That's one. And then number two is lower your expenses. Well, lowering your expenses is, it's easy to look around and see, if you have two automobiles, can you do with one? If you have three, can you do with two? Can you get rid of credit card debt and not have that extra expense? Can you look around for things that possibly you can do to lower the cost of you doing business? This next thing, certainly, and our cost has been lowered because we do business online more and more but that's not the total picture yet. So now let's go over to the side of the increasing sales. And in a Neolife business, whether it's the company or it's your individual business, your distributorship, increasing sales, either you add more customers to your business, and or distributors, or both, right? Because a customer can become a distributor, of course, be a customer, and then distributors add to your wholesale sales, and customers add to your retail sales, or your higher profit than just your wholesale. So those are the basic things you do, and in order I can look at the information and see who's adding to their customers or adding to their distributors, and I will say that across the board, about 20% of our distributors add to their customers. Okay, about 20%, and 80% do not. So if we just say, you know what, one thing I'm going to do differently is I'm going to add customers, and then I'm going to add distributors, we might increase that 20% to 21, 22, 23, 25. And of course, if we're increasing it as a company, then it's being increased in your distributorships, because that's how we sell, is through distributorships. Excuse me, we're selling through my distributorship. A big part of the company is my distributorship. So I would encourage you to take a look at what you're doing, and to ask yourself, am I adding to my business in a way that will increase sales? Now, that simple thing will drop to the bottom line, and especially when you decrease overheads, and maybe you have a boat hanging around that you're not using, and that you bought, and that maybe it's a motor home, maybe it's it could be an extra vacation home that you don't need, or maybe you could rent it out, okay, and through either one of the platforms that rent houses out, or Airbnb, for example, or maybe you could just sell that and invest that money in something that gives you a return. But I would just encourage you to look at this, and I will tell you that we've been thinking a lot about this lately here at the company level. Been talking to Kendra, of course, and asking what can we do to cause our business leaders to be safer in the future, and to get a better return and end up with more wealth in their lives. And we realize that one of the things that has happened is, as we watch the businesses, meaning the distributor businesses, we see people who have earned a lot of money, and then some of them mismanage that money. And so it's mismanaged in many, many ways. But in the future, we're going to shift gears and be educating our businesses, our distributor businesses, on how to manage their wealth, how to manage their money, how to think about it. And we're going to be doing that at the upcoming leadership school at the Brassfield Estate Winery. And of course, try your best to be in that group if you can, or in a future leadership environment, because we're not only going to be concentrating on increasing sales, on how to run a better business, on the basics. We're going to be educating and teaching on how to manage the money once you make it. And I will say this, I've always said it, I say it to my children, I say it to business partners, I say it to you, that it's difficult to make money, but it's almost equally difficult to keep it. And so what we want to do is I have been amiss in the past by not realizing that more people don't know how to manage their wealth. And so I invite you to not only enjoy this convention, soak up all the information that you can, and take notes, and benefit from this being here when you leave. And then I hope to see you in the not too distant future. I will be at the Leadership School, and if you're going to attend that, I'll see you there. If not, you take care of yourself. God bless, and you have a wonderful trip back to your homes once you leave convention. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.